I found something in the store.
The Backrooms movie is generally a generational masterpiece. I am not even joking. It is one of the best movies, dare I say, I have ever seen. You know how at the beginning of like horror movies, things like Saw or the Blair Witch Project, or to name a couple of newer examples, things like, for example, The Platform, are just absolute masterpieces that change the entire like industry. Yeah, the Backrooms movie is on that level. Anything from the character acting to the locations, which I didn't even think they were gonna put in that many locations, right? I mean, Kane Pixels absolutely went insane. Like the set designs, it is all completely realistic. In the trailer, you only see like a couple of rooms, but in the movie, it is insane. I don't even know if it was all effects or if they actually built those locations. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to spoil too much right now. Everything from the pacing to the characters being actually realistic. Often you are scared that the horror movie tropes are going to take over and people are going to be stupid, but in this movie, it's actually not that. The characters in the Backrooms movie are genuinely smart. You can see this in the trailer, right? The guy makes markings and stuff. They plan all their trips really, really well. Obviously, at some point, it doesn't go well. I think you can see that much in the trailer, so I don't think that's much of a spoiler. But no, it is just an amazing movie. And if you haven't watched the movie, please go and watch the movie, okay? Thank you. Alright, now that was like kind of the no spoiler section. It's gonna be a couple of spoilers now. I'm still gonna try to keep names out of it. So the beginning of the movie is just absolutely great. They establish the backrooms and what the guy knows about the backrooms and everything. They do that immediately. There is not a long section where the guy first finds the backrooms, you know? He already has a couple of the things down. He already found out that they're pretty big. He already like mapped out a couple of things. And within like the first 10 minutes, we are already fully into the backrooms. There is no long, like, real-life segment. It is a Backrooms movie, and it is all about the backrooms, and I love that. Obviously, they try to keep it hidden. They're smart enough to realize that if the police or, like, the government finds out about the backrooms, shit's gonna go down, so they keep it to themselves, obviously. Which, again, just shows how smartly written the characters are. Because that's exactly what I would do in that situation. They have, like, I think, well, I mean, in the movie, it's like maybe... It could easily be like 30 to 60 expeditions, right? But they're like, I think like 6 main expeditions that you see in the movie. And every single one sets up the next one. There's this very long segmented like sequence where they sent the guy with the camera. You saw this in the trailer probably. Where they sent the guy with the camera down this shaft. And he just goes on to explore, and it's like in the middle of the movie. And that's the moment when you realize, like, obviously, if you know the Backrooms, you already know this. But as the audience, you realize, holy shit, this is big. He walks new rooms, they are ginormous. Even with, like, nods to, like, the pool rooms. Less of, like, the back rooms with the wallpaper and stuff, but more like... If you've seen Expedition 3, like the actual Expedition 3 of, like, Kane Pixels on his YouTube channel... Those kind of rooms, you know what I mean? And it's just, everything is great. The movie, it just keeps going, and there's new rooms, and there's like new amazing stuff, and it's like exactly like the back rooms you see on YouTube, but 10 times better. And oh my god, you even get to see the back rooms. Like I said, I don't even know if they like use CGI or if they had actual sets. But in the movie, they obviously also just like walk around, and the rooms, they're like giant, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, how did they do that? I'm obviously more geeking than actually doing a review right now, but it's an amazing movie, and it blows me away. There is one scene that absolutely killed me. Well, I mean, it didn't kill me, it killed somebody else, but in the movie, it's not like usual horror movies where they're just like actors that their only reason of it being in the movie is they die. Obviously, some people die, right? Off screen, people go missing, that much is obvious. But in the entire movie, there is only one on-screen, quote-unquote, on-screen death. And that's of one of the main characters. And oh my god, once you get there, it is going to hit you. It is genuinely sad. It is genuine insanity. And it's also kind of like the moment when you realize, oh fuck, no, this is serious. Obviously that happens like far before. With the 6th expedition in the movie, obviously there comes the point where they explore too far, and oh, there's such a good moment. There's such a good moment. You're gonna know what I'm talking about, where they just turn around and they see that like the rooms have shifted, and they can know that the entrance is just gone. And they just sit there, and it's not like screaming or like running around. They just look at each other and they're like, the backroom's got us. This is it, we're fucked. Ah, it's so fucking good. The main characters were amazing. If I have to give one single critique to the movie, it's the async plot was... maybe it's like a second part thing, but the async plot was kind of like set up. They put a lot of... They put a bit into it, but nothing really ever came of it. Obviously with like some researchers, obviously, there's the scene where they met, which is also what I love. That like the researchers met with the main characters, and they're not like, oh, you can't be in here, and they just kill them. No, they're like, well, we're both fucked. Let's work together. Fuck the async and their commands to obviously kill the main characters because they want to keep it secret. But the scientists are like, no, we are trapped in here. We are probably going to die. These guys, they know a little bit more than us about the back rooms. So let us team up with them. And they do! Obviously, a couple of researchers down the background will just go missing. But I'm happy that they didn't overdo it with like a lot of deaths, because the backrooms isn't that deadly. It's mostly about the insanity, which the insanity was also so good! You could genuinely buy that the main characters were going insane. It was just done in a realistic manner. It's just such a good movie. I could geek out about this for so long. Please. I've watched it, I think, 2 times now. It's just so good. Also, the async director, or I don't know what exactly his like position name is. The director, I think it was. Bro, he's a menacing asshole. I hate him. Cause you can, like, the corporate greed is just like all over the place, obviously. It's the back rooms, they want to make money out of it. Which is funny, because, you know, they just try pitching and everybody else is like, well, I mean, sure, infinite space. But you can't really do much with them. We don't really need infinite space right now. And it's like, sounds ridiculous at first, but it's like realistic. But it's just all realistic. There's no huge plot of the government to like take over this space and the main characters are just like in trouble or anything. No, it's just like a small company with pretty good resources, to be fair, trying to make their part of the money. They do get what they deserve in the end, obviously. No, more like the researchers, the poor researchers get what they don't deserve, actually. And I'm not sure about this last part, but I'm pretty sure there's like a time travel plot in this as well. How would I have to explain that without like spoilering too much? There's a character, one of the main characters actually, that is hinted at to have traveled in time to aid himself in the past, which is an insane plot and also works, absolutely works with the backrooms. Backrooms, time travel, and time distortion has already been set up. Oh my god, I need a game theory on this. I need a film theory on this. Please. And it also absolutely just makes sense. They don't bullshit you about it. They don't bullshit you about anything, about the infinite space in the backrooms, about the time traveling, and how the fucking main character sees himself like in the future, just randomly. The async plot, it's all like displayed super realistically, as if the backrooms existed in real life, this is exactly how it would happen. The sound design, amazing. Came Pixels, obviously. Visuals, topped, genuinely some of the best visuals I have ever seen. No. Let me just say, the best visuals I've ever seen in a horror movie. The most pleasant looking, the most frightening looking horror movie I've ever seen. Please, for the love of God, go watch the Backrooms movie. It is a generational masterpiece. I know, as usual, this is more of a rant than an actual review, but oh my god, it is just insane. I wish I could somehow invest in Kane Pixels or Kane Parsons stock. I'm going to put $100 million on the line saying that that guy is going to make it big in the industry. This is literally his first movie, and he made my favorite ever horror movie or horror movie related media. If not one of the best movies that I've ever seen. Anyway, I'm sorry for rambling, I'm sorry for ranting. I hope you enjoyed or got anything out of this. Thank you for watching. Bye.